I want the confidence right now at this moment. The four
at
playoff
this moment.
Yes,
it's Thursday. It's Thursday morning.
At this moment, the four playoff teams right now.
If the season ended today.
If it ended today.
Okay, I have Auburn number one. Auburn, obviously the close win on the road against Kansas State. The offense wasn't humming, but I think that they're going to be there. And Mississippi State. I have Mississippi State. Obviously, that's one that's going to resolve itself pretty soon. Florida State, I have at number 3. TCU at number 4. Another one that's probably going to be resolved this weekend, going on the road to Waco and playing Baylor. So that's my 4 right now with a lot of uncertainty.
We'll check back Saturday around midnight.
Exactly.
How about yourself?
Mine are similar. I have the same top 2, different order. I have Mississippi State at number 1, followed by Auburn. And then I have TCU at 3, Ole Miss at 4. So
2.
We're missing Florida State here.
Yeah.
Quite a few people noticed, especially in Tallahassee, that I'm missing Florida State. They reminded me. But the reason I have them in that order is that I think the top 4 that I just gave all have a very good win right now. Florida State has 2 good wins, but not any very good win. Now, we could be sitting here a few weeks from now and say, you know what? Clemson is actually better than Texas A&M. And at the moment, they don't seem to be, but a few weeks from now, they could. So it's all based on my perception of what's a really good win and what's just a good win. But Florida State having beaten Oklahoma State and Clemson are 2 good wins, but I don't think they have the great win right now.
And you have to think about the conditions, obviously, of each game. And, you talk about Clemson, of course, Deshaun Watson comes in later in that game. So it's a little bit different there. And of course, Jameis Winston wasn't playing.
But I think the fact that Clemson should have won, if Florida State didn't do anything to cause Clemson to shank that short field goal or to snap the ball over the quarterback's head, that's what kind of leads me to, at least for now.
So they're 5 right now in your top teams, right?
Yeah.
They're on the outside looking in right now.
But
big picture down the road,
right.
You see things maybe
if you're
shaking
talking
out
about
differently.
projecting in terms of who's going to be there at the end, to me, Florida State is the only team that's better than a 50-50 shot to be in that playoff at the end of the season, just because their remaining schedule is so much weaker than everybody else's. Now,
So now you're hearing from Florida State people and Notre Dame people.
No. Notre Dame is a very good test, but compared to the number of tests that the other contenders have, they have fewer. Now, part of that is because they've already played Oklahoma State and Clemson, whereas a lot of the other teams haven't played 2 tough teams.
And we'll talk about the Notre Dame Florida State question next week in preparation for that show.
And a lot of that depends on what happens with the suspensions, if those guys are going to be
5
back.
players.
As you said, top receiver,
and it
top
feels like that
quarterback.
could be coming down shortly, but we don't know.